Nothing is behind that curtain, except maybe Katie Vick. How's it going, guys? It's Jordan J. Card Wrestling here. Doing a prediction video early here. I'm actually catching a flight out to LA for NAMM from my other YouTube channel. I will not be home to watch SmackDown tonight. This is going to go up way before SmackDown's even on. And if there's a match missing on here that gets announced on SmackDown, I'll just send out a tweet about my predictions here. But we're going to go into the 2019 Royal Rumble predictions. If I feel anybody makes a surprise, if anyone makes any sort of significant impact on anything, I'm going to discuss it here with you guys. If you guys haven't, if you guys haven't yet, please subscribe to my channel here. I'm very active on YouTube. I'm very active on Twitter. I come up here and basically rant at least once or twice a week. I do a couple of videos on the side. I try to review Raw and SmackDown, all the pay-per-views as much as I can here. I'm not as consistent as I like to be. I work a 45, 50-hour job a week here, so it's really hard for me to come up here and do this when I want to. But for the most part, I am pretty active on here and on Twitter. So give me a follow on Twitter and subscribe to me on YouTube. I may stutter, but like I said, I know what the hell I'm talking about for the most part, and I'm not very negative like most people here on YouTube are. Not everybody, but there's quite a bit of people that are negative on here. I will be watching the Royal Rumble. I will be back for that for sure. I don't know if I'll be live streaming for the Rumble yet. Probably definitely 100% after I'll be live streaming at the Royal Rumble, but I'm not sure if I'll be live streaming during it. It's one of the fewer things where all my buddies get together and we watch it in my living room or someone's living room, and we just drink beer and eat food and have a good time. So I don't think I'll be live streaming during the show, but definitely after the show. So make sure you give me a follow and subscribe. Hit that notification bell down there to keep up to the latest here. Really no particular order, because I really don't know what the order is. We're going to start with Buddy Murphy, Akira Tozawa, Hideo Itami, and Kalisto. I am not a 205 Live guy. I do watch it, for sure, but do I go out of my way to watch it? I don't. But do I watch, these matches like this at pay-per-views and all that? Yeah, I definitely do. Who I think is going to win for this? I'm going to go with Buddy Murphy. And let me tell you why. He's been on a very good kick ever since he won the Cruiserweight title in Australia. I think that his time is not up yet. I think he should go up to Mania and drop it to, anyone, Kalisto, God forbid, Leo Rush, somebody. I think someone who's an upcoming star in 205 Live, maybe Hideo Itami. I think that's where it needs to go at Mania. But for now, I think Buddy Murphy's going to keep it. I would like to see him more on Raw and SmackDown. I think Buddy Murphy needs to be eventually a main roster guy. That's just my opinion. He's really good. I don't want to diminish the Cruiserweight division, but I think he's better than 205 Live, if you will. And I'm not saying that the Cruiserweight division is crap. That's not what I'm saying at all. But the way WWE kind of projects it as a low brand of it, aside from WWE, they make it seem like it's I guess like a low budget. I don't say low budget. What's what I'm looking for here? I guess they kind of make it seem like it's a very down the bottom of the pit, if you will. That's what I kind of feel like 205 Live has become, and that's how WWE has been portraying it lately. So I think Buddy Murphy needs to come out of the 205 division here pretty soon, and I think he's going to main roster. But I think he's going to win this match at the Royal Rumble. He's going to retain. The next match that I have here, which I could see probably opening up the show, because I think 205 Live will probably on a pre-show, because it always is. But the next match I could see happening would be The Bar with Sheamus and Cesaro versus The Miz and Shane McMahon. Now, I still think that this storyline is going to, with Shane McMahon and The Miz, is going to transpire into WrestleMania. The Shane McMahon stole the World Cup from The Miz at Crown Jewel. But the real reason why he probably did that was because they wanted to put that trophy on somebody who really wasn't a wrestler, or who really wasn't, a main card guy, if you will. because of how controversial the Crown Jewel show was. And if you guys want to hear my thoughts on that, go look. I'll leave the link in the description for you. You can hear my thoughts on that. But I think that's where it's going to lead to is a match at WrestleMania between The Miz and Shane McMahon. But with being said to that, I think they're going to win the damn titles. Why would you put a match between The Miz and Shane McMahon, who only wrestles what seems like every main 4 pay-per-view, just for them to lose? You know, they're hyping them up. They're pushing them. Christ, they made them the main event SmackDown last week for Shane McMahon's birthday. You know, I just think that they're going to win the title the way they're pushing them. I think it'd be a giant, I don't want to say letdown, but I think it'd be a waste of time if they were to not win the tag team titles and do all these storylines and backstage promos and all that. So I think Shane McMahon and The Miz are going to win. I don't think it's going to be one of those things where you win the titles and have a Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose, where Dean Ambrose turns heel on Seth. I don't think it's one of those things where The Miz is turning Shane McMahon while they're the champions. I could be wrong, but I think they would lose at the next pay-per-view or the pay-per-view after that, and then maybe The Miz gets so upset, or Shane McMahon or somebody is really apologetic, and The Miz just gives him the skull-crushing finale, and that's really how you lead into WrestleMania. But I think for now, for probably the next foreseeable future, I see The Miz and Shane McMahon winning the SmackDown tag team titles and then dropping a couple months. But I think for Royal Rumble purposes, they're going to win the SmackDown titles. The next match I have is Rusev and Nakamura. You know, I'm not really looking forward to this match. We've already kind of seen it. Shinsuke and Rusev have become nothing but mid carders, maybe upper mid carders, and Shinsuke had his time, I guess, at the mid card. Rusev never really had his time. Nakamura really had his time at the main roster when it comes to high profile matches. Rusev never has, so I feel I don't want to say bad for them, but I feel I sympathize for both of them. Shinsuke never really won the WWE title. Rusev had a couple opportunities, but never really got pushed for it. So I mean, put him. I guess if that happens, put them together, make a match. I call it a match, and we'll go for a mid card title. That's what basically WWE did. But who I think is going to win? I think Rusev is going to hold it. I think Shinsuke. I think after this, we'll probably find a feud with somebody else. Perhaps Rey Mysterio. That'd be pretty cool. Rey Mysterio versus Nakamura, may leaving to WrestleMania. You know, I take it back. Let me take it back. I think, I'm probably going to kick myself in the ass this later. I think Nakamura is going to retain somehow. I'm sure Nakamura is going to win the title back. And I think then they might have a blow-off match at the next pay-per-view, Rusev and Nakamura. And then Rey Mysterio and Nakamura have a feud at WrestleMania. That'd be pretty cool. That's what I'd like to see. So, fuck what I said. I think Nakamura is going to win. I think he's going to reclaim his United States title. And I think Rey Mysterio and Nakamura have a match at WrestleMania. Because that'd be really cool. Because I'll be there for it. So I really like to see that. So, scratch what I said to begin with. I think Nakamura is going to reclaim his United States title. The next match I'll dive into is going to be Asuka and Becky Lynch. You know, I'm really torn against this one because a million things with this match and the Raw Women's title match, depending on how the outcomes it depends on how WrestleMania picture is going to look. So I really don't know what I want to see, but I need to know what I think I'm going to see. So what I think I'm going to see is Asuka retain her title. And then I don't know if Becky Lynch is going to be in the Rumble. They're currently, right now, as of Tuesday, January 22nd, there are 21 or 22 women in the Women's Royal Rumble. We know that probably a bunch of them are going to be returns or just people coming in for one-time appearances. But that could mean that Becky Lynch could make a last-minute appearance in there. You know, kind of like pulling a Daniel Bryan. Like in 2014, although Daniel Bryan didn't make it to the card, make it to the Royal Rumble match. But what we wanted was for Daniel Bryan, after his match with Bray Wyatt at the 2014 Royal Rumble, to reappear in the Rumble match later that night, and it never happened. So I want to say this could be redemption for WWE, but it definitely could be something where WWE could have an option for. Also, I also reviewed the 2014 Royal Rumble. I will put that in the description as well. I was at that show. I go in great detail on why the show was so controversial, the ups and downs from it, the whole shit show that happened there. I go into great detail from it, my experience. Link in below. Take a click if you like. I ramble for about an hour, but it's a good story. I like telling people the story. So if you're interested, take a quick listen to that. But back to 2019 Royal Rumble. I'm gonna go with Oscar retaining. What would be Oscar's future after that? Fighting. I mean, who depends on who runs the Rumble and what happens. I still think somehow you have to tie in Charlotte, Becky, and not Oscar, Charlotte, Becky, and Ronda Rousey. Ronda Rousey and Charlotte, Ronda Rousey and Becky Lynch. I don't know, and you still got to think maybe Nia Jax. I mean, I unless they just blow that off with the whole her punching, Nia punching Becky Lynch in the face, you just kind of blow it off because you saw attack in the back. It was like TLC, we saw an attack from Becky Lynch attacking Nia Jax. I guess that was the blow off. But I don't know. I still think you got to combine Ronda Rousey, Charlotte, and Becky Lynch somehow at Mania. I don't know how. I don't know when. I don't know who. Or what, but somehow you got to combine those three somehow. Nevertheless, I think Asuka's gonna win and retain her women's women's championship from SmackDown. I can't talk today. Her SmackDown Women's Championship. My God. So, and then maybe afterwards, Becky Lynch insert herself into Women's Rumble. And I'll get back to that later. We'll see what happens here. But for this match, I think Asuka's going to win it. The next match I have is the Ronda Rousey versus Sasha Banks match. And I think I'm looking forward to this match more than most matches. I think it's going to be an awesome match. I think Ronda Rousey is doing awesome ever since she debuted in WWE. And Sasha Banks is her own entity. She's awesome as well. So I think colliding these two is going to be definitely one for the books. Definitely a special treat for us, I think. So in terms of who's going to win, you still got to go with Rousey. I love you, Sasha Banks. I think you're awesome. I've been a huge fan of you since NXT. But I still think Ronda is going to go on this winning streak and somehow maybe lose at Mania. I just don't see Sasha Banks winning. I low-key hope she does, but my gut's telling me go with Ronda Rousey for the moment here. And you got to wonder if Rousey does win, who's going to win the Women's Royal Rumble and who's going to challenge her. The whole thing. It's going to be definitely interesting with that women's division. What happens with both titles and the Rumble and people switching brands. It's just going to be really interesting to see what happens. But I got to go with Ronda Rousey for this one, man. I think she's on a tear. I think she's going to be on a tear until up to Mania, until she drops it. She might even drop it then, but if I take a guess, I think she would drop it at Mania. But I wish Sasha's going to win. I don't think she's going to. I hope she does, but I'm going to go with Ronda Rousey retaining her Raw Women's title. Daniel Bryan versus AJ Styles. We've seen this match once or twice, haven't we? It's going to be a good match. I'm never going to complain about seeing Daniel Bryan and AJ Styles in the same ring, either competing or working with one another. But I still think it's going to be Daniel Bryan winning. I think he's going to hold that title until Mania. I don't know who's going to fight. I have no idea. I don't think it's going to be AJ Styles. At least I hope not. I think that needs to end here pretty soon. But I think Daniel Bryan's going to win. And I've been hearing a lot of people say, since it's at Chase Field, there's a pool out there somewhere, like a center field or something like that. This might turn into a Falls Count Anywhere match because that's kind of the theme that's been happening on SmackDown. Again, this is being recorded before SmackDown, so if this is announced, I don't know. So future me can reiterate that if it's going to be that match or not. But right now, I think Daniel Bryan's going to win. And if it does turn into a Falls Count Anywhere, I think Daniel Bryan is going to win somehow. Cheating at Falls Count Anywhere, no DQ, no Falls Count Anywhere. And I think this might be the blow-off match between those two. I mean, this is the third match, I believe, with them, fourth match between the two. I think it needs to end. In terms of where AJ Styles goes, I don't know. In terms of Daniel Bryan goes, I don't know. So we'll see what happens. It'll be interesting to see what happens definitely with AJ Styles. But I think for the Royal Rumble for this year, I think Daniel Bryan's going to retain his WWE Championship. And then the last singles match I have here is Brock Lesnar versus Finn Balor. And let me tell you what, when I found out that Braun Strowman and Brock Lesnar were going to wrestle, I thought, oh my God, I'm tired of seeing this because Braun's going to lose again. He's going to get buried. Someone's going to get their damn shovel and bury him, and Lesnar's just going to dominate him. And then somehow they change it up. The rumor was because Braun Strowman was hurt. But now, recording this, now I'm hearing that the plan the whole time was for them to advertise Braun versus Brock Lesnar, but switch Finn Balor last minute. That was the plan the whole time, which I call complete entire bullshit. Because Finn Balor said, I think yesterday or sometime last couple of days, that he said that this was last minute for him because he was going to come as a demon, but they don't have anything special for him to wear or anything like that. So I guess we're not going to see Demon Finn Balor because he said that he wasn't going to do it because it was last minute. So someone's lying or someone is, you know, not being truthful here. I don't know I'm going to say WWE is not being truthful because they never are. But I'm really glad to see this match. Apparently Brock wanted to work with Finn. So it'd be a good match because last time Brock had a match with someone like AJ Styles and Daniel Bryan, it was awesome. So seeing us with Finn Balor, I mean, I expect nothing but phenomenal, to be honest with you. No pun intended, AJ Styles, but I expect it to be a fucking fantastic match. But I still think Lesnar's going to win, retain his Universal title. I think it's going to be a good match. I think it's going to be one of those things where, Finn fights to the last minute and then he just gets at 5 out of nowhere and 1, 2, 3 pins. But now people are saying that somehow this is going to lead into a match with The Undertaker at WrestleMania, with Demon Finn versus the Dead Man at WrestleMania 35, which, if that does happen, I will be there. I will be excited. I will shit myself. That'd be awesome. But I don't know if it's going to happen or not. It'd be cool. I don't think it will. But if it does happen, I will shit. And back to the Rumble here. Who's going to win the match? Brock Lesnar. You got to. I think he's going to hold it till Mania, one of those things. And like I said, all these titles, I keep saying they're going to hold it till Mania. And I guess we're going to have like this massive title exchange at Mania. That's all, both women's titles and both men's titles I predicted to stay on the champion already. So we'll see what happens. I just don't see any of them changing. If I had to pick one that's going to change, I would probably pick AJ Styles and Daniel Bryan. That's what I'd pick. But I don't think it's going to happen. So Brock Lesnar is going to retain his Universal title, unfortunately. And then I think Finn Balor is going to go back to doing his own thing. Hopefully Undertaker, that'd be really cool. But that's just rumors now. I hope I look back in three months and be like, I predicted that, or I look back in 3 months saying I was an idiot. So we'll see what happens then with that. Last two matches, the Women's Royal Rumble and the Men's Royal Rumble. We'll start with ladies first here. The 2019 Women's Royal Rumble match. Man, I don't know. I am leaning towards Charlotte only because she has some unfinished business with Ronda Rousey. But also, like I said before, and I'm coming back to it now, I think Becky Lynch somehow might insert herself into the Rumble. And if she does, I think that she would win. I mean, she's white hot at the moment. So I don't know. If it wasn't those two, I'd probably pick Bayley, to be honest with you. She's gonna do nothing. She's a big name. She hasn't really done anything. She doesn't have any major accolades yet. I think this would be a cool one. But I have to pick one here. If I had to pick one, I'm gonna say Becky Lynch. I think she's gonna insert herself in the Rumble match, and I think somehow she's gonna fight Rousey at Mania, and switch over to Raw. I mean, the brand splits are discontinuing pretty soon here, anyways. But I think that's what's going to happen. She is going to have lose against Asuka. I think her match is going to be earlier in the night, and I think she's later going to insert herself into the Rumble match. Just my opinion. I could be wrong. But I'm taking a big risk here, and I say Becky Lynch is going to win the Women's Royal Rumble and fight Ronda Rousey at Mania. I think that needs to happen. I think this is the only way it needs to happen. If if they want to triple threat, fine. That'd be really cool too. But I think this is how you lead Becky Lynch and Ronda Rousey back on the same path again. So I'm going to say Becky Lynch wins the 2019 Women's Royal Rumble match. Long stretch, but that's who I'm picking. The 2019 Men's Royal Rumble match. Seth Rollins. I think he needs to win. I think he deserves to win. I was going to pick Finn Balor. Finn Balor for a while. But, since now he's fighting Lesnar, I'm like, okay, well, shit, I need to find somebody new. So I think my second guess would have been Seth Rollins, and that was my first guess. So Seth Rollins is going to win the Men's Royal Rumble match. I think he's going to go on to WrestleMania. I think he's going to fight Brock Lesnar. I think he's going to beat Brock Lesnar clean and become the Universal Champion for the first time, which I can't believe that. But he's going to be the Universal Champion for the first time and kind of dethrone Brock Lesnar. And Brock Lesnar may go back to the UFC. I mean, we were in this rumor last year at this time, so we'll see what happens after that. But I'm going to go with Seth Rollins winning the Men's Rumble match. So that's it. That's all I have here for the card. There are a total of 9 matches here. Again, this is being recorded at 1 o'clock in the afternoon on Tuesday before SmackDown. Again, I'm not going to be here for the rest of the week. I'm out of town. I'm going to LA for NAMM for my other music channel here, which I will leave a link in the description for you. Want to check my other music channel out. But I think it's going to be a good show. I will be back for it on Sunday. I will be up here after Royal Rumble. Definitely after the Royal Rumble, live streaming for my reaction results here. So we'll have to see what happens. I mean, I say that's like my catchphrase, but we'll see what happens. Thank you for watching. I hope you all have a great week. I hope you all have a fun time watching the Rumble match. I hope you all have a fun time watching NXT TakeOver. I'm just not an NXT guy, to be honest with you. I watched a little bit. That's why I'm not reviewing it or predicting it. But I think that would be a good show as well. But I'm looking forward to the Rumble match. I do every year. I'm looking for all the surprises. So I'll see you guys on Sunday night. Again, please like the video, subscribe, hit the notification bell, follow me on Twitter, and I will see you guys on Sunday night. Take it easy.